Hello, my name's Amanda. I started a YouTube channel. Uh, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 years ago. I only posted one video because um, at the time things were crazy. My mother was sick and some other things. So I haven't posted in a long time. And in a way, that's okay because things have changed dramatically. Um, since I posted last, my channel was based around grocery lists for people who have SNAP benefits, who have government assistance, for people who needed to kind of have an idea of how to make a grocery list and stretch every cent of EBT. Because I'm not one who can just go out and buy junk, or, well, I wasn't able to go out and buy junk with my EBT, with my snaps. I wasn't able to sell them. We were living, like we had to have a dollar, every cent, every penny. Not that I'm judging anybody who does that. Sometimes people have to do what they got to do, okay? I'm not shaming anybody. Trust me. So I'm not shaming anyone. Everybody has their own reasons for things, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just telling you my situation. Anyway, we had a household of, it was 3 children, 3 adults. Since then, that's changed. So now we are a household of 2 young adults, 3 older adults, I should say. My mom has since passed, and now my mother-in-law lives with us now. She has cancer, and I don't know if, I think she may have been living with us then. I can't remember. Like I said, a lot has happened since then, it's crazy. Anyway, I decided that I was going to post a video because things have changed, for one, and things need to be said. Not to be ugly, but to kind of give my opinion about some things, and to kind of, I guess in a way, vent somewhat. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. So first, number one, my son, my youngest, he turned 18 in April. So May, I lost Medicaid. I had Medicaid for many years. I admit I did. I needed it. I took care of a lot of people, and in the process, my health went downhill. I'm not complaining. I enjoyed every minute. My first husband, I was there for him. I took care of him, made sure that, he had his own problems, and I made sure that he was taken care of. And then I had my young children at the time, and then my mother ended up having a stroke in the whole process, and then my first husband died, and then my mom was living with me, and I took care of her. And now, just to give you kind of an idea, I had no other income at all. My mom got disability, and the agreement was that I took care of her, she would take care of the bills. I had other help when it came to, the children, when they needed things for school or whatever. We are very family oriented, and so there were some family members who helped whenever needed, because I took care of my mom. I did try to go get a job at one time after I bought this place, which I did buy. I was able to buy this place because I had some money come in. That's all I'm gonna say. So I was able to buy this place, and I okay. I forgot my train of thought. I tried to think about it, and I don't even remember where I was going with that. But I did buy this place, and we moved here in 2015. And things were fine. Everything has been fine. I mean, it worked for us, okay? But I did receive food stamps. I did receive Medicaid for me and my children. My mother also got Medicaid, and I think eventually Medicare, and all those things. In that process, I did become a diabetic. My dad was a diabetic, really bad diabetic. My mother ended up being a diabetic. I have a sister on my dad's side who is also a very bad diabetic. And so it happened. And in the process, I found out that I also had I had these really bad palpitations, and I've had them for many years, and I couldn't figure out why. And they were like, oh, the only way I could explain it was, when you get scared, because I was young whenever I had the first one, and your heart flip-flops, and the doctor looked at me and said, well, stop getting scared. And I was like, no, I'm not getting scared. That's how it feels. And he just brushed it off, and it was whatever. I just kind of brushed it off myself. But then as the years went on and it got worse, I finally found out that I have a smaller valve. So the rest of the valves, they have to compensate. Apparently I've had it for many years. Matter of fact, I'm having palpitations now. But I'm going to get to that and why. Sorry. In May, because they give you, and the rest of April, May is when the insurance is cut off. Now, my son still has it until he turns, till he gets out of school, which will be, this is his last year. He's a senior. And that's perfectly fine. He has asthma. He needs it. He needs, whatever, he needs it. And he has plans for his future. So I'm not worried about him at all. But my insurance got cut. And now, mind you, I'm a diabetic. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My insurance ran out in May. And I had medicines kind of stocked up, like trying to get medicines. There was some that I didn't get. And it was fine. My plan was, okay, I'm going to go and try and find some insurance, and then see my doctor, and she's going to try and work with me. As we have a little community pharmacy, and different things, to try and supplement and fix, just try and stay on my medicine. That didn't happen, because not only did that happen, but I couldn't find any insurance that didn't, basically, the insurance that I looked at, several of them that I looked at, if I could afford, I wouldn't even need insurance, basically. So I was a little, upset and distraught about that, but it is what it is. So moving on, I was like, eventually I can, get things, situated, and we'll figure it out. It's whatever, and then that we lost food stamps. So it's time to review, and they just passed the bill. A lot of things had changed. I don't know if it was technically the bill. There was partly because of that big beautiful bill. I believe. I don't understand all the politics, and I'm not going to discuss all that here and debate it and whatnot. I'm just going to tell you the facts on my side. So, my youngest is now over 18, and if you have a child that's 18 and older, you have to get a job. My daughter's trying to start her own business, and she's doing it slowly so she doesn't mess up. That's perfectly fine. On top of that, she takes care of all of us. She does. She's a good kid. I'm telling you. Not many 21-year-olds would do the things that she does, and I am very grateful. So I'm grateful to have her. She's like I said, she's a good kid. She takes care of all of us, and we also have animals. We have a lot of animals. We have pigs, we have chickens, we have a rooster, we have cats, and we have dogs. And then there's my mother-in-law. Not that she's an animal, but we all take care of her. So that's just how it is around here. But in order for us to continue to get food stamps, we both have to work. And first of all, I cannot work. I thought about it, and I was like, I guess I'll just have to work myself into a grave, do whatever I have to do. I can't even take a shower half the time. Okay? And I know what a lot of people are thinking. Oh, it's because you're fat, you're lazy, all the things. No, I try not to be. I don't want to be. I would love to get a job. A lot of us would love to have jobs, you know, but it's just not feasible for what we have here. So, anyway, it is what it is. So, my my thought process was, okay, well, we can't work, and I could try to still, you know, try and get food stamps and, you know, whatever, but they're just going to cut us off. They're not going to approve us, you know, and I get a little irritated because it's kind of like I feel like I was set up for failure. And I know that you have to understand my logic. Okay. All this time I was so busy taking care of everyone and everything and trying to live life and do things right and be a good person and trying to get by the best that I could with government assistance, yes. And then the minute I get to where I really, really need those things, they're like, sorry, not anymore. And I understand, but there's so many people out there who are still, they're like continuously popping out babies so they can keep government assistance, which if I could, no, I wouldn't. I'm done. I'm not going to do it again. But it's a little irritating, and it is what it is. So now my husband, who works at a gas station, he's pretty much the sole provider. And my mother-in-law does chip in, you know, where she can. She doesn't get a whole lot of money. For some reason, it's really weird how the system works, because even though she's disabled, she doesn't get disability. She gets Social Security. It's really weird to me, but I mean, either way, she'd get the same amount apparently. So it is what it is. She helps. She does financially where she can. My husband makes more money, so we tend to have to pay for more things, which it is how it is, and it's okay. So now comes to the whole point of this video. I'm going to start up again, only now it's going to be buying groceries with cash on a really, really small budget. And we've been doing it for, we're on our second month, I believe. September, August. I think we did it August, and then this month, yeah. So August and September, we're in the third week of August now, and I'm just going to show you how I budget things and how I continuously have to. I mean, I have to stay on it. It is kind of like a full-time job, because I'm on it all the time trying to, you know, make ends meet. And I feel bad for families who've done this for years. But I feel really bad for people who are having to do it now that things have gotten 10 times worse, because things are bad. Things are so expensive. And yeah, it's terrible. And it's just what it is, you know. We can't, it's not nothing that's in our control, you know, so we have to make the best of it. And so I have been very stressed. And I feel like if I get back into doing these videos to maybe help someone, or even just to make other people who are going through the same thing feel not alone, because it's easy to feel that way when you're stressed out and you're struggling, even though you have 10 million people behind you. You know, you still sometimes feel that way. It is just, that's how it is, especially when you have the mentality that I do. I suffer from depression and anxiety and all the things, you know. I mean, textbook American nowadays, right? You know, yeah, I feel like these videos can help someone. If no one else, maybe it'll just help me be able to do things and see things from a different perspective through the camera, you know. Anyway, I hope that you join. I hope that you subscribe and hit the like button, and I hope that you can enjoy these videos. And let's build a community, because there are so many people out there who are struggling, who don't know where their next meal are going to come from. And it's sad and it's scary. It's so scary. And people who, you know, have money, they don't understand. Or people who are living comfortably, they, you know, even a little bit, they don't understand. So yeah, I want to do this to build a community of people who are struggling. And I don't even like that word. It's going through a season, you know. We're going through a season. And we have to learn to get through it. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're going to do here. So, I'm Amanda, again. And consider subscribing. And I'll catch you on the next one, where we plan a menu and write out a grocery list. A lot of things have changed too from the last one, so I'm really excited the way that I do things, and I think y'all like it and can relate. So consider subscribing, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.